Halo MCC Season 8, titled Mythic, released last week and is going to be the last seasonal update for Halo MCC. That doesn't mean that updates are going to stop. 343 has already committed to updates at least through 2022, but they're going to be probably smaller contents and not these full seasonal updates that we've been getting. Like I mentioned, this past week, Season 8 released, and arguably, Season 8 is the best season that we've gotten yet. So without further ado, let's talk about Season 8, and let's also talk about some of the previous seasons. So these seasonal updates for MCC have been a little bit weird, as the first season came out with Halo Reach, and that was Season 1 titled Noble, but Season 2, the Spark season, didn't actually come out until Halo 3 came out for PC, and that added a whole bunch of CE content. There were some delays there, and it took longer to get that season out than they had planned, and then after that, there was a new season added every time a new game released on PC, through Halo 3 ODST and then Halo 4 with Season 4, and then what we're going to focus on in this video is the seasons that we got sort of after getting all the games in the collection, because if I'm going to argue that Season 8 is the best season that we've gotten yet, that wouldn't totally be true, as technically I would pick one of the seasons that added a game onto PC, but for the sake of seasons that have been purely post-release content, I think you can make the case for Season 8 being the best one yet. Before we get into Season 8 though, and we talk about everything Season 8, what I like, what I don't like, and what I'm really excited for in the future, let's first kind of recap some of those previous seasons we're going to compare it to. And I'm not going to go over everything those seasons added, as I'm just going to try and hit the main points, otherwise this video will drag on longer than it needs to. But let's first start with Season 5, titled Anvil, which came out January 27th of 2021. Season 5 added the Akis and Mariner helmets into Halo Reach, which was a cool throwback for Reach fans, alongside nameplates and additional customization options to Halo Reach and Halo 3, including for the first time some of the Halo Online armors. We also got a variety of weapon skins and a vehicle skin for Halo 3, and that was pretty much it for Season 5, mostly just cosmetic updates. Moving on into Season 6, which was titled Raven, which came out April 7th of 2021, we definitely got a bit more actual content. In this one we got FOV sliders for all Xbox One consoles, double key bindings, mouse and keyboard support for controls, additional audio options, the Exchange, which is the seasonal currency store that I never use, more nameplates, the Halo 3 map Waterfall, new tech suits for Halo 3, a bunch of new visors for Halo 3, the introduction of back accessories for Halo 3, more armor for Halo Online into Halo 3, and then the ODST armor for Halo 3 based on the ODST armors by Fireteam Raven in the game Halo Fireteam Raven. Of course, we also got 9 new weapon skins and 12 new vehicle skins again for Halo 3. So Season 6 was definitely pretty Halo 3 focused, which is just going to be an ongoing theme, but it was nice to see some actual cool features that were added, like the FOV slider, like the double key bindings, and the mouse and keyboard support for consoles, although if we're being honest, I have no clue who actually uses those. People by this point were definitely starting to get a little bit annoyed though that all of the content we were getting was Halo 3 based, although honestly that's not really going to change much. Waterfall, while it was cool to have a new map in Halo 3, and it definitely looks very cool, doesn't really play all that well in my opinion, and it doesn't seem to be an overwhelmingly enjoyed map. Moving on next, we got Season 7, which was the first Elite themed season, and that came out June 23rd of 2021, and Elite connoisseurs were definitely a bit more excited about this one. However, of course, this was again pretty Halo 3 themed. We did again get some actual content though, which was pretty cool, and this is where we first got the custom game browser support, which at the time only was for Halo Reach. We then had Firefight for both ODST and Reach moved into the match composer, and along with that we got a slew of new skins and nameplates. We got 10 new vehicle skins for Halo CE, 7 new weapon skins for Halo 3, 7 new tech suits for Halo 3, and then in Halo 4 we got 6 new armor effects that were kind of ported over from Halo Reach, and then we got the Champions bundle, which was that DLC pack for Halo 4 that wasn't in MCC, along with 16 new weapon skins previously cut from Halo 4. Here we also got the Keystone helmet for Halo 4, which was inspired by the Mark 7 helmet featured in Halo Infinite, which was pretty cool. But those skins weren't all we got. We also got a bunch of graphical improvements for the MCC version of CE to bring it much more up to par with the original Xbox release, and CE fans were definitely a huge fan of this. We also got additional mod support here for the first time in Season 7, and that was for Halo CE, where they brought over a lot of the tools that people had been using for years over in Halo Custom Edition, if you know what that is. Overall at the time, with the custom game browser, with the graphical improvements for CE, and the mod support finally coming officially to MCC, Season 7 was a pretty good candidate for being the best post-launch season. That was until we got to this season, Season 8, titled Mythic, which just now released last week. Now Season 8 isn't free of controversy though, as we did get those brand new armors for Halo 3, which are the non-canon armors kind of based on mythical characters. You got the Belos armors, the Blackguard armors, and the Grengert armors. All of those names I'm probably absolutely butchering, along with 3 new tech suits, 11 new visor colors, which if you haven't checked them out are actually pretty cool, more backpack accessories to kind of match the same theme as those armors, where you can get bows, swords, all sorts of fun stuff, and then 10 weapon skins and 4 vehicle skins for Halo 3. Along with all those armors and skins that we got for Halo 3, we also got these same helmets that are new for Halo 3 are also usable in Halo Reach, which is pretty cool. However, we didn't get the body pieces or anything like that for Reach, it was purely the helmets. Obviously another season based on Halo 3 on the cosmetic front, but Season 8 also brought a slew of new features and fixes for other games in the Master Chief Collection. We got custom game browser support for Halo CE and Halo 3, which is absolutely awesome, as now the custom games in the custom game browser are a lot more varied and it's not nothing but Reach. Obviously, I haven't played too many CE ones, but there are people playing some in there if you're a big CE fan. But having the addition of Halo 3, which is admittedly my favorite game and the game that I have a lot of nostalgia playing custom games on, being able to hop in there and play all sorts of custom games that I played as a kid that I used to just spend hours upon hours upon hours playing is a lot of fun. They also added additional filters to the custom game browser that make it a little bit more user friendly, although admittedly I think it still has a ways to go. We also got the PC file share, which is now the first time that PC players can properly add maps and game modes to their file share, as opposed to before where you basically just had to extract the file and manually send it to someone if you were on PC. We also got the long requested view model adjustment that 343 had been talking about for many seasons, and this came for all the games in the collection. Not the coolest feature by any means, but definitely a nice quality of life feature. Steam account linking, which is pretty cool, and then now you also have the option to use skins in both Halo CE and Halo 3 when you're playing the campaign. We also got updates to Halo 3 ODST Firefight, where now it includes per wave customization options, which brings it a lot closer to Halo Reach's options in terms of customizability. Unfortunately, the Flood and Elite variants that we tested during the flight didn't make their way into Season 8, but they did add the new enemy type, the Sentinels. Another long requested feature that we got in Season 8 is the return of the classic HUD in Combat Evolved, which honestly just looks really nice and it's a nice touch. There was also performance improvements in the campaign for Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, and we got a ton of fixes for lighting and cinematics and various other things to make Halo 2 Classic look a lot more like its ancestor Halo 2 on the original Xbox. We even got lighting adjustments on the Reclaimer level for Halo 4, which is a nice fix for Halo 4 fans. Not only did we get all those fixes, we also now have the new MOA statue campaign collectibles in Halo 3 that move around every week. They're tied to challenges and they give people a reason to kind of go searching around the Halo 3 campaign that they haven't had in many years. Another thing that we got brand new in Season 8 was the map Icebox, which comes from Halo Online, which is a remake of the Halo 2 map. They brought that over for Halo 3, and in my opinion this is easily the best map that they've added into MCC from the Halo Online maps. This is probably the map they should have brought over first in my opinion, but hey, at least it made it in the last season, and so I'm really happy that it's here. The only issue that I have with Icebox so far, because the map looks really cool and it's a lot of fun, is if you play free-for-alls on it, the spawns can get pretty iffy, and I can't remember if Turf was also like that, but just keep that in mind. If you're playing free-for-alls on Icebox, you will probably spawn right on top of people, especially if you're playing them in the custom game browser with larger lobby sizes. It can get a little bit wonky. But that isn't all. If you've been on Twitter or you follow other Halo YouTubers, one thing that most people are very excited for is that we finally got official mod tools for Halo 2 and Halo 3. And unlike when we got Halo CE's official mod tools, this is a whole new ball game, because Halo 3 has never had proper mod tools before, and Halo 3 is also one of the most popular games in the collection. Modders are now able to take Halo 3, which already has a ton of fans, or even if you aren't a fan of Halo 3, its engine is 6 years advanced from Halo CE, which was the previous game that had those proper mod tools. Some of the things that I've already seen on Twitter for Halo 3's campaign and Halo 2's campaign, because we got mod tools for that too, have been absolutely insane, and the mod tools have been out for about a week. MCC has entered a literal golden age of user-created content, and there is a fair chance with Halo's name value, some of these mods are gonna blow up kind of like Skyrim mods, where you're gonna bring in fans that maybe have MCC on PC and they don't really play it at all, they don't really think about it, but they'll be scrolling through their timeline, they'll see a PC Gamer article where someone's gonna do a complete campaign overhaul for Halo 3 or Halo 2 or just something absolutely crazy that I'm not even thinking of, and this is gonna breathe new light into MCC in a way that honestly hasn't happened before. The tools are now in the community's hands, and we have the ability to extend MCC's lifespan pretty much permanently. Eventually we'll probably also get tools for ODST, Reach, and 4, and at that point the possibilities are pretty much endless. Personally, big Halo 3 fan, I'm super excited for all the Halo 3 mods that are going to be coming out, but I'm obviously not a modder, so I'm a little bit just kind of sitting around waiting for the cool mods, but they'll definitely be coming. One thing to note though is that mods still aren't available on consoles. So while one of the biggest features for this season is admittedly the mod tools for Halo 2 and 3, if you are on console, and I do feel bad for you, you're pretty much out of luck there, and you're probably more out of luck going into the future, as without the seasonal updates, we're probably not going to be getting as many new maps and new cosmetics as we were during the seasonal updates. But yeah, that was kind of a rundown on everything that we've gotten in all the seasons post Halo 4's addition to PC. Like I said, I didn't go over season 1, 2, 3, or 4. I felt that was a little bit unfair to compare those because those brought brand new games to PC for the first time, so I felt it was a little bit more fair to compare season 8 to season 5, 6, and 7. Plus, if we're being honest, those original 4 seasons, in terms of features and cosmetics and everything, didn't have nearly as many as these later seasons, which made sense because they came with brand new games to PC. But yeah, that was pretty much everything from the seasons, and why I think season 8 probably is the best season that MCC is ever gonna have, which I guess is cool since the seasonal updates kind of went out on a bang. Definitely a little bit of a bummer that the seasonal updates are ending. Like I kind of mentioned when I was talking about season 8, while we're still going to be getting new updates, I think this hurts console players the most because I think a lot of the smaller updates are going to be things like mod tools and maybe little features here and there, as opposed to brand new maps and tons of new cosmetics like we were getting before. That said though, let me know in the comments, are you liking season 8? Do you think it's the best MC season? And if not, what season do you think is? As always though, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Make sure you guys follow me over on Twitch. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And you can also follow me over on Twitter or Instagram. And with that said, I'll see you all next time.